Going on. So I recently did a live, and at the very end of my live, I got a question of what should I spend my gems on, and I told the person to spend your gems on heroic mermaid shards, and in all honesty, if whenever you can save, there's not a lot of things that you should spend gems on in a smart way. But one of those things is waiting for a random tournament again. And because the rewards are amazing. And the person decided to say, oh, those rewards sucked. And to my like, my immediate response was, oh, did you not spend, the 500 gems? Or did you spend the 500 gems, but you didn't win all 10 battles? And they said that they did win all 10 battles, and the rewards sucked. Now, I don't know if you went back to my praise of the random tournament, but one of my highest praises for that was the fact that the rewards were abso-fucking-lutely amazing. They gave you a crystal, a legendary, a choose-your-own legendary at that. So they gave you 2 legendaries to choose from, and then you picked one of them. And then they also gave you around, I believe it was 800 total magic dust, which in and of itself is almost like a third legendary. Because the magic crystal, you obviously trade in for a legendary. I'm sorry, is it the magic crystal? Is that what it is? Is that what you're trading in? To the shop? Or do you trade it in for a magic crystal? No, it is a magic crystal. You get you get an automatic magic crystal, which are the things that you traded. Yeah. So you get a magic crystal, which is in and of itself a legendary. You get a choose your own legendary between 2 different legendaries. And then you also get 800 dust, which is almost a third legendary. And you're getting all of that for 500 gems. That's an insane value. Especially because gems are something that you can save, and there's not a lot of things, like I just said, to spend gems on. And this person said that the reason why they hated it was because they got frost and something else that they didn't care about. And I was like, and I went into this really long rant that I'm going to go into in its own separate video, because I get this all the time. Not just from this person, and I'm not necessarily trying to call this person out. And it's just that I get this from everybody, at least once a video whenever I am talking to somebody during a live. I also see it in comment sections everywhere. I see it on the Discord. I see it when I used to go on Reddit, Rush Royale. People like complaining about getting quote-unquote bad legendaries. Like, oh, there's a hex in my shop. Should I even bother getting it? And, in regards to that, always buy the legendary. Whenever there's a legendary in your shop, buy the legendary. Doesn't matter what it is. It's almost more important to buy it if you don't care about it than it is to buy it because you care about it. And I'll go into that. I wanted this to be its own standalone video, so that whenever I get this comment again, whenever somebody says oh, I got a bad legendary, this sucks. Whenever somebody is angered by a bad legendary, I can point them back to this video, and they will understand. Hopefully, by the end of this video, I will have changed their mind about bad legendaries. There are currently, I'm going to throw a lot of numbers at you. And so if you're not into math, I'm sorry. But I'm going to throw a large quantity of numbers at you. And A-Friend Gaming made a list that is much more helpful than what I was going to do. So that is going to make a part of this process much easier. But I am going to be throwing a large quantity of numbers at you. Currently in this game, there are 30 legendaries. It's all of these. I have unlocked everything. And including Riding Hood, because you have to include Riding Hood, there are currently 30 legendaries in this game. Now, each legendary, once you initially get it, You need at least one copy and one crystal to upgrade it from 7 to 8. But getting it at 7 means you have to get one to start with, right? So you have to get one, then when you want to upgrade it to 8, you need another one and one crystal to go. That will take you from 7 to 8. When you get it to 8, you now need 3 crystals and yet another copy of the legendary. Once you get to 9, you need 6 crystals. Now you need 6 crystals. So you needed 1 crystal, 3 crystals, 6 crystals, and now you need 2 copies of the original legendary. That's at 9. And then at 10, it jumps to 9 crystals. So now you need 9 crystals every single time from 10 to 15. So you have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. You need 9 crystals in order to go to those, or to upgrade at each of those points. So from 10, you will get, you'll need 9 and you'll have it at 11. Then you'll have it at 12. Then you'll have it at 13, 14, 15. That's already 45 crystals. That's not even to acknowledge that you also need the copies of the original. So at 10, you need 2 copies. At 11, you need 2 copies. And then I believe at 12, I just happened to be at a point where I think I had like all of the different levels. I think maybe except for 12. I think I didn't have a 12. I don't have a 12. But at 13, you start needing 3 legendaries. And so you need 3 legendaries at 13, 3 legendaries at 14, and then 3 legendaries to get it to 15. A-Friend Gaming made this handy-dandy list of everything that you need. And essentially, if you look just on the left side, these are the amount of cards that you need that are duplicates. And then crystals. The gold, let's just leave that for now. But you need that amount of crystals in order to upgrade it to the next thing. In total, this top number, you need 16 original cards, 55 crystals, which are duplicate legendaries. Unless you're getting rune keys from the pass, which is why those are important, because the rune keys you can automatically trade for magic crystals, which are essentially legendaries in this case. But per legendary, to get it to max, you need 16 total cards, including the original that you start with to even have it. And that's why 15 is the magic number, because you should already have the card. And if you haven't upgraded it at all, you need 15 copies of that card in order to then just need, quote unquote, just need crystals in order to upgrade it all the way to 15. If you technically have 15 copies of a card, of the same card, you have a level 15, you essentially have a level 15 card as soon as you get all the crystals. And all of the crystals is 55 extra legendaries. So added together, 16 plus 55, you need 71 legendaries in order to max out one card. And if you remember what I just stated, prior to all of this, the amount of legendaries currently in this game is 30. You need 71 legendaries in order to max out a single card. How many legendaries do you need to max out all 30 cards? You need 2,130 legendaries to max out every single card. Some combination of crystals, legendaries that you've turned into crystals, and everything else in between. You need 2,130 legendaries in order to max out all of your cards. That's a lot of frosts, and a lot of stasis, and a lot of hex, and a lot of demonologist. Every single time somebody is angered by the fact that they got a bad legendary, or, oh, I just re-rolled my shop and like in my shop, it's just a dumb frost. I'm so mad, right? I get it. There's a part of me that gets it, right? Especially because it usually comes from somebody who doesn't already have like one of every legendary, right? Like somebody who is missing some key piece, like a Dryad, for example. Like that is a very annoying thing, right? As a new player, you want like at least one of all the cards, right? And I get it. I get that idea. You need 2,130 legendaries in order to max out the current amount of legendaries that are currently in this game. You need so many legendaries. Like, and so like when people also ask me, because the other question that people will ask me in terms of like, what should I use my gems on? Most people want to utilize 1,000 gems on the Archmage chest. For one legendary, they want to spend 1,000 gems. Or if they have it unlocked, they want to do like chest of choice so that, you know, for 1,100 gems, they can get one of the things that they want. They can get, you know, a pool of things that they need, right? A random card that they need. You need 2,130 legendaries. There's time. There is time to just grind the game for legendaries. You should be in no real technical hurry to get legendaries. And whenever you get a bad legendary, it is almost more preferable to get a bad legendary than a good legendary. Because like I said, you only need 15 of a legendary in order to max it out, to completely max it out. You need 55 crystals of bad legendaries. Legendaries that you don't care about. 55 hexes and, you know, stasises and, you know, a card that that you don't plan on using. I personally don't really care about Meteor. Like I will always sacrifice Meteors. I don't necessarily care about Frost. Like that's not my thing. I need 55 of those things. You only need 15 regular copies of your card that you care about, and you need so many more bad legendaries. I hope that I hope you've watched this video now, and I hope that you understand that over the course of your playthrough of this game, it is not a game where you are trying to get everything right now. You have to invest into something that's in the future. So to pass up on a Frost that is in your shop because you don't think that it's good, or to be angered by the fact that you opened up your legendary at the end of, you know, like you went through this whole thing and you finally got to the end, and you got you got to the 103, and you got to this legendary, and it's a stasis. And to be angered by that is insane to me. Because that just adds to your total of the crazy amount of crystals that you need in order to upgrade everything that you want to upgrade. Like, I would love to upgrade my Dryad from 11 to 12, but I need 9 bad legendaries that I don't care about. I would love to upgrade my Tesla from 11 to 12, but I need 9 bad legendaries that I don't care about. As soon as I get one Inquisitor, I can max out Inquisitor. I just need 9 legendaries that I don't care about. Because if that legendary is a monk, then I can level 12 my monk, but I now need 9 other legendaries in order to upgrade my monk. If I got 13 hexes in my next 13 draws, I would be able to upgrade things. If I got 13 riding hoods in my next draws, I would need 71, or I would need 55 bad legendaries in order to max out a riding hood. I would need my next 55 like legendaries to be bad, to be things that I don't care about in order to max out a riding hood. You need so many bad legendaries in this game. And the more that the game progresses and the more that they give talents to things, if they make Hex really good and it becomes super meta and that becomes the next thing, now all of a sudden Hex isn't a bad card anymore. Originally, Summoner was a very easy, I'm just going to crystal these cards. But all of a sudden, Summoner, because of the level 13, level 15 talents, all of a sudden, now everybody wants to keep all of their Summoners as well. And now you want to make it you want to max that card out. Dryad was a really easy crystal, because Dryad just does the one thing. All of a sudden, Dryad has talents. And a max Dryad giving you double upgrades, now you want to max out your Dryad as well. And now all of a sudden, taking those away is not preferable. Clock is amazing right now. Can you imagine what that thing is going to be like with talents? Everybody's going to run that thing as well. Like, what if they give, like, Stasis crazy talents and it becomes the new support card that slows decks down? All of a sudden, when all of these cards become amazing, if they become amazing, that decision to crystal a card is going to become much more difficult. And you need so many legendaries that you don't care about in this game. Never, ever complain about getting a quote-unquote bad legendary.